Hi, I'm the developer of Artisan for the iPhone. I'm going to talk about the new features in the 1.5 version. First of all, the new version of Artisan has a menu now. You can get the menu when you press the screen with 3 fingers. Here in my simulator, I'm basically just clicking in the lower left corner to get the menu. Here in the menu, we have different options. We have different menu items with sub-menu items. Up here you have the camera. When you click on the camera, it takes a snapshot and stores it in your camera roll. Here we have the different play modes. We added a few play modes to the normal follow mode that is standard in Artisan. We have the swirl mode. Actually, let me turn symmetry mode off right now. And then, so the follow mode, no, this is the swirl mode now, where the brushes are swirling around your finger on the screen. That way you can create some cool looking images. We have the follow mode. This is the standard follow mode that you know from the first version of Artisan. Then we have two-way follow. So if you press here with 2 fingers, you have some of the brushes go to one finger and the other brushes go to the other finger. You can create cool looking images here. And then we have the 2 poles mode. And in the 2 poles mode, the brushes basically fly back and forth between one finger and the other finger. I'm going to quickly mention we have a pause mode in Artisan. When you tap with 2 fingers at the same time, you pause the play of the brushes. Let me click again. And when you click with 1 finger, tap with 1 finger and hold it, it's going to keep playing. When you release, it's going to pause again. And when you just tap with 1 finger real quick, it's going to advance 1 frame at a time. When you hold it, it's going to follow you around, and when you release it, it's going to stop. So this is great for taking screenshots, because you can basically fine control exactly what you want to have in the final shot. Then we have the styles menu here. This is a cool new feature. Basically, you can select predefined styles in the upper half of the circle. So you have 6 predefined styles, and here on the bottom, you can save your own styles into the menu. So let me click on the first one here, select it, press OK. Unpause this. So here we're basically the way this works is that the previously selected parameters are saved here, and now all those parameters are activated. So here we have like a swirl mode, and they have also some transparency, the brushes. Go back in here. Let's check out the second one. The second one is a lot more solid. This is a little similar to how Artisan looked in the first version. And here we have another one. This is a nice little blur mode here, where it follows you around and also does like a zoom in animation. So you can check out the other ones yourself. You can see how this all works with the predefined ones and with the custom ones. Here I have one saved already. Let me play with this a little bit. Let's say I want to adjust the saturation, which is a new control. I'm going to decrease the saturation here. So you see there the brush is a little more faint. So if I want to save this now in my styles, I'd basically just hold down the finger until the star is solid. Press OK. Let me go back to another one. Let's say this one. So this is the original style, and now here I go to my favorites, click on this, and now I get my desaturated style back again. So this is a nice way of getting back to your previously set parameters with just a touch of a finger. Here in this menu we have a speed control. I can adjust the speed of my brushes. I can make them faster. When they're faster, you see that there's little gaps in between them. When I make them slower, there's no gaps in between them. And the pattern that they're painting is a lot more solid. You can make that real slow. Then we have the number of brushes. If you set this number too high, it's going to slow down significantly. So I recommend keeping this number at a low number. Let me go back to my predefined style. Next we have the size parameter. So you know all these parameters from Spawn 1.0. You can make them real thin or make them thicker. Here on the left side you see an indicator how far along in the parameter you are. And we have the tail length. This one is new in Artisan. You see here you can make basically the trail or tail of the actual brushes. You can make them shorter or you can make them real long. And when you adjust it all the way to the maximum, then they basically they don't get deleted, so they always stay visible, and you just paint over them. For this next parameter, zoom speed, we have to turn blur on. So by default, blur is basically just like blurring the screen and rising up. But when you adjust the zoom speed, you can fly into the brushes, or you can like fly out of the brushes, depending on how you set this parameter to give you a nice little animation here. These three have to do with symmetry. I'm going to go over them in a second when I talk about symmetry. So let's go to the next menu. We talked about saturation already. Then we also are able to adjust transparency. This is also nothing new. This was possible in the Artisan 1.1 already. So here we make them completely opaque, and here we make them transparent. Then we have color cycle. This is also a known parameter, where the colors basically, if you make them too high, they blink very fast. If you're susceptible to epileptic seizures, I would recommend not setting this value too high. And if you make it all the way down, they barely change color. Then you can adjust the actual color. So here, you go through the whole spectrum, change the color together with saturation. You can pretty much get any color you want. And here you can lock the color. So if this is enabled, the color doesn't change over time automatically. So color cycle is basically disabled. And this one here clears the canvas. One nice thing here is all of these menu items also work when you're in pause mode. So now I basically pause this. So if you just want to have, a short sequence of animation and then take a screenshot, you can do this easily here by basically just clearing and then doing a short animation and stopping it. If you shake your phone, you also get the same effect that the canvas is cleared. So this is a nice little tip. So let me go back in here and talked about blur mode. Now I'm going to enable symmetry mode. So symmetry mode basically takes what you have on your canvas and mirrors it around different axes to create some cool looking images. And with symmetry mode we have a few different parameters that we can adjust. Let me go in here and adjust the symmetry zoom. So here we can zoom in and zoom out of the scene to see more or go into more detail of the animations. Then we have the symmetry rotation. Here we can adjust the area where we're actually sampling the scene. And lastly, we have the number of mirrors, so you can increase and decrease how many mirrors you want to have in your scene. And with symmetry mode, you can still use all your predefined styles, your custom styles or the predefined styles. Basically, by a push of a button, you get them back and can play around with them here in symmetry mode. Okay, this concludes the new features in Artisan 1.5. I hope you had fun watching this video, and I hope you have fun playing with Artisan.